We're joined on the phone by Miley Cyrus. Hello.
Hi. It's so good to talk to you.
Your album, She Is Miley Cyrus, is your 7th studio album, released in a COVID world, delayed a little bit by COVID, but it's coming out. How are you feeling about it all?
Listen, you know what? I'm just happy that I'm able to continue working. You know, especially over here in the States, that's a big struggle and something that not everybody is that lucky to be able to continue to do their work, do their job. By me being able to continue to work, I'm able to continue to support my industry. And so I'm just really stoked about that. I'm stoked that I'm able to continue to make art in a time where it feels like entertainment, even as kind of outlandish and as surreal as pop culture can be, by us artists continuing to keep up with our antics. It almost gives an idea of normalcy, right? Because it kind of feels like when we can turn on these videos for 3 minutes, we can escape. And the activist in me wants to kind of talk about what's going on right now. And I'm living in a time, as you guys are too, of that we may hopefully never experience again, or, this is a part of history. But it's an honor to be able to continue to work in an industry where I can continue to make art and continue to put out, some good old pop culture escapism from my fans.
Well, you're supporting our industry too, because there isn't a lot of new music coming out. So it was quite a surprise when we got new stuff from you.
Yeah, you know what? Like the music industry, it's been changing over the last couple of years. I think all of us are just trying to adjust, and that's something that's been really beautiful about streaming is, in a physical world, making physical records, it would be too dangerous for people to go to a record store, go buy my new single, have a party where you guys all jump in your truck and listen to the album the first time. With streaming, it's been such a gift because we've been able to continue to make music.
Now, a lot of artists, because of streaming and the replays of songs, are making their songs 2.5 minutes. Your latest song is 3 minutes 19. It's very hard for radio announcers to go to the toilet after one song. Are there any shorter songs on this album? What are we looking at here?
Listen, my favorite song growing up was Freebird, so I'm not the one to talk to.
Yes. Freebird is a regular. We don't even play Freebird, but we know the appreciation of a Freebird.
Yes.
Because that's enough time
I know my dad. That was my way that I could always be late to school because my dad loved that song so much. And always did it. It's like 9 minutes long.
Yeah.
So I would get him in the truck and be like, "Please, Dad, can we just listen to Freebird one more time?" And then I'd be like, "Yes, I got 10 more minutes in the car."
I love it.
Have you heard that there's a 13.5-minute live version out there if you need 4 extra minutes in the truck with your dad at any time in the future?
I think there's a few versions of maybe some of my songs when I used to party a little harder than I do now that I think I've done like a 13-minute Can't Stop that's somewhere on YouTube.
Right. Wow.
It goes back and forth to Can't Stop to Black Dog, Can't Stop to Black Dog, and then I sneak in Boy Named Sue, and then I go back to Can't Stop. It was a complete mess.
So Mark Ronson tweeted you are working with him again on this album?
Yeah, you know what I love about Mark, and something that I think I've been really kind of working on making clear in my record is he has this really amazing marriage and balance between songs that you feel like you've never heard and you've heard a million times. You listen to one of his songs and you're like, this is something so new and fresh and modern. I've never heard anything like this. But then you're like, but it kind of reminds me of some amazing old soul record or some incredible Fleetwood Mac tune. It's just, he really knows how to marry the past, the present, and something that even seems like beyond the now, like some future.
Can't wait to hear it. Do we have like a date from you for this album?
Oh, you know what? I think it's been really hard, I think, for anyone to make any concrete plans because everything's been changing so much. So I don't really have a plan. I'm just feeling grateful that I've been able to put out some new music right now and figuring out what would be best and how to have the record live to its fullest potential, even in some times that are just unprecedented.
Is it weird releasing music not knowing that a tour will follow? Like, I'm imagining most times that's kind of the timeline of it. Release a couple of singles, get the album out there, and then, the tour's on the horizon. But that's kind of in the world we're living in, not really a realistic option at the moment.
Yeah, and that's always been a big part of my journey is like connecting with the fans. And growing up, I literally grew up with them, seeing them summer to summer to summer, and all of us growing up and being different. As I evolve, they evolve, and so there's definitely a real void and a lack and an emptiness, I feel, not being able to connect with the fans directly right now. So yeah, that's definitely something that I've been thinking about, and wanting the record to live to its potential means I really want to be able to see people singing along, like, face to face.
And how have you been coping? Just because, I mean, we're quite lucky, I guess, in New Zealand. We still have COVID, but maybe a little bit less than everywhere else around the world. But how have you been coping personally?
It's all been really kind of changing. In the beginning, I had a lot of fear, just, because I haven't ever been away from my parents this long. I was really worried about my mom because she's older and vulnerable and all that stuff. And now I've kind of gotten into a good system where I lock down. This has now kind of become a blessing because I've gotten my mom to kind of live with me, which is my dream. That's the thing, is that's what happens is you hate your parents until the day you're 18 and they kick you out. And then you're like, wait, can I come back? Like, what about my bed is always unmade? And like, I'm starving. And, I wake up every day with like my yogurt and granola in my bed. I'm looking at my bed right now. My mom's come in and made my bed like a freaking hotel.
Wow.
Oh, yes.
I'm such a baby. I'm the biggest baby ever. And my mom literally is waiting for me to get all done with these calls so we can have dinner right now. It's the best. So somehow I've convinced my mom to really baby me right now.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you're living the dream.
I'm living the dream. All my siblings mostly are in Nashville right now, so it's been a while that I've gotten her to myself.
Oh, yeah. You're hogging her as well. I like that. I like taking mum away, hogging her, and getting the bed made and the dinner cooked.
Yeah, it's the best. It's awesome. It's like, yeah, it's really the best.
What about, and then, because I'm also a little bit worried, have you talked to your godmother, Dolly Parton, lately? Because when it was
you know what? She never stops. She never stops. She hasn't not toured or not made a record. And, I can imagine, I feel like a total culture shock right now, not making music, not touring and all that. And I've only been doing it as long as I have. So she actually just made a Christmas record, and she only does like physical copies. So I was cutting it. I have a song on her record that I was cutting in June in my kitchen for Christmas because she's like, Miley, I got to make physicals. Match with my audience. That's how they listen to music. They go and buy CDs. And she'll say she'll say it's a cassette if you ask her.
Yeah.
They got to buy our cassette.
So, and I know they will.
That's so cute.
I just know they will.
You spoke about how you're not getting in physical touch with your fans so much anymore. Does that mean you have to turn to social media a bit more? Because I've been noticing a lot, and I guess recently, that there's a lot of negativity towards celebrities and stuff on social media, and I don't know whether you, in times like these, find it easy to turn to social media, or do you still stay away from it?
I think it's good to be able to connect with the fans and let them in. And I kind of try to keep people entertained, less about what I'm doing at home during quarantine, but more about keeping them entertained, making things that make it feel normal.
Yeah.
Me doing normal things actually would make it obvious that things aren't normal. The more I take my clothes off and swing around on disco balls, the more normal that life seems.
But in saying that, I think your followers would really like to see how your mum does a hospital sheet on your bed when she makes it. Because I love a well-made bed.
Home, like cooking. If I was at home cooking dinner with my cats, everyone would be like, "Man, the world really is." But
I did find comfort in you being on that mirror ball. I'm not gonna lie.
It felt
That's
good.
what I mean. They're like, oh, okay, like Miley's naked again. She's doing my jaw's on the floor. Listen, things are kind of normal. By me being a freak, it puts everything into perspective.
It takes us back to the safe place of like 2014, and who knew that was going to be our safe place when we were there in 2014?
Hey,
I know.
Hey, Miley, we're super excited for your new album. We'll let you go because I know that your mum's got dinner ready. Do we know what's for dinner tonight?
Well, I'm scared that she's put Vaughan in it, which I do not partake, but she does. So I need to go over there right now and see what these oils are.
Right. Okay. Well, we'll leave you to it. Thanks for the chat.
Thank you.
Take care of yourself. Bye.